A tradition over 100 years in the making, it's the Baylor Homecoming Parade, presented by the Sadie Jo Black Family Foundation and Douglas Subaru.
Good morning and happy homecoming, Baylor family. From the heart of the Baylor campus, welcome into the 113th anniversary homecoming parade here at Baylor. We're glad you're with us this morning. Early start, but we're glad you're up with us. I'm John Morris alongside Lori Fogelman. Happy homecoming to you.
Well, back to you.
Nice gold you got going on there this morning.
Thank you. I go gold for Baylor.
You be bold. And we've got a great crowd here on campus. Let's hear from you folks on 5th Street who are here waiting for the parade to arrive. Really good crowd here, and I know there's crowds all up and down the parade route. It's already underway. Started about 7 o'clock in downtown Waco.
Yeah, they kicked off this morning at 8th and Austin Avenue, making their way to 4th Street. Until 5th Street is completed all the way from downtown through the Baylor campus. We'll continue to go down 4th, make that little dog leg on Dutton Avenue, and then we're expecting to have the parade hit campus a little bit after 7:30 this morning on 5th Street. Of course, that's right in the heart of the historic part of the Baylor University campus, and we've got a great morning for a parade. Very comfortable. We have cloud cover, but we're waiting for the sun to come out a little bit later. But we do know that we have a wonderful parade this morning.
And it's part of a great week. Homecoming at Baylor is just better than any school in the nation, and it is done so well. So many people have done so much work, the Chamber and so many others leading into homecoming.
They certainly have, and we want to thank our students with the Baylor Chamber of Commerce who've done such a tremendous job getting homecoming week underway. Of course, it began on Monday with homecoming worship led by Vertical Ministries. And then we just have special moments throughout the week. Dinner with the Livingstones, the president and the first gent inviting all 20,000 students to their front lawn for dinner.
Who cooked?
Waco's favorite food trucks.
Right. Good call.
That's the right way to do that. But a wonderful night. It was very seasonable on Tuesday. Nice, cool weather. Of course, the weather changes. We know how Texas is for sure. Thursday, super busy with mass meeting and lots of other events and the bonfire build. And then last night, we were back here on the stage. The Fountain Mall was full of the Baylor family, and we had a great pep rally and bonfire last night, all leading up to the parade and the big football game, 11 o'clock kickoff, Baylor and Kansas at McLean Stadium.
Yeah, I have a feeling as these floats come by and the themes of the floats, the Jayhawks going to take a little beating this morning. So we'll see how that plays out. And then the game, 11 a.m. kickoff at McLean Stadium. And it is a great day. You said that. 66 degrees right now here in Central Texas. And for those of you maybe watching on the live stream, other parts of the country, we welcome you in. Isn't that fun that they can participate in homecoming by the live stream?
Yeah, we do appreciate also our partners, our broadcast partners, KCEN TV Channel 6. They have made it to where we're not only on broadcast, on regular TV, but also we have the stream available this morning on the KCEN TV website, as well as 6 News app, Channel 6's YouTube page. It's also on Channel 6's Facebook page, and then Baylor University's official Facebook page is sharing this live stream. So there are so many different ways, wherever you are in the States, wherever you are in the world, to be able to watch this morning.
Well, it is a fantastic start to the day, and I think you mentioned President Livingstone.
Yes.
We should hear from her.
We certainly should. Dr. Livingstone and the first gent are in the parade. They're somewhere on 4th Street heading this way, but not only are we excited to welcome you to 5th Street and the Baylor University Homecoming Parade this morning, but so is our Baylor University president, Dr. Linda Livingstone, with a special welcome this morning.
Livingstone, president of Baylor University, and it's my pleasure to have you join us for today's festivities on the Baylor campus. Baylor is home to the oldest collegiate homecoming in the nation, just as it did with the first homecoming in 1909 to today's celebration. Baylor welcomes home its alumni, students, faculty, and staff to renew fellow associations and friendships and catch the Baylor spirit again. Today's parade broadcast is live from 5th Street on the Baylor campus, thanks to the generous support of the Sadie Jo Black Family Foundation. Enjoy the parade, and as always, sic 'em Bears.
All right, thank you very much, President Livingstone. Again, the president and the first gent and the rest of the parade on the way from downtown Waco to 5th Street, and we'll get that underway in just a little bit. But as President Livingstone said, we are tremendously grateful to the generous support of the Sadie Jo Black Family Foundation for making our broadcast possible. Professor Black was a longtime faculty member in Family and Consumer Sciences here at Baylor University. She passed away in 2010, but for Professor Black, her impact on the university continues today, and I'll outline a few of those for you. Numerous endowed student scholarships and academic funds, a garden endowment that enhances the beauty of Founders Mall on campus, and to support this parade broadcast to make sure that everyone had access to be able to be part of the Baylor University Homecoming Parade, no matter where you may be in the world today. So again, our deepest gratitude to the Sadie Jo Black Family Foundation for their remarkable support of the parade broadcast this morning.
Amen to that. Thank you very much. And isn't it great to be able to broadcast the parade? And like we said, there's a lot of folks here to see it in person, but with the live streams, folks really all over the country and all over the world can tune into the homecoming parade.
Yeah, you can see the people lining up right now. Alyssa Solano and I, she's with the Baylor Chamber of Commerce and one of the those responsible for this parade. And I know, bless your heart, that's a lot of work and less sleep.
Yeah.
I can tell you
Alyssa,
that.
how much sleep did you get last night? Okay,
none.
zero last night.
But when I was walking in, it was dark, and I followed in just lines of students, and I was very impressed that they were up before 7 o'clock in the morning. But that is one of the most remarkable things about Baylor University homecoming, and about this parade. It doesn't matter what time it starts. The Baylor family is here lining 5th Street. And we love the fact that the parade starts in downtown Waco, because that is it shows the partnership between Waco and Baylor. Baylor is Waco, Waco is Baylor. And beginning in downtown Waco and then moving to campus, it's wonderfully symbolic of the partnership and the connection we have with our hometown.
All right, what are we going to see? When the parade begins, we'll have the president and the first gent come through. We'll have the Golden Wave Band come through right at the head of the parade. Great floats this year. We announced the float winners last night.
We did.
The Pigskin, or at the Pep Rally and Bonfire. And then the homecoming queen and her court will be in the parade as well.
And we have 15 beautiful floats. We have 14 balloons. We hope this morning. It's a bit windy, so we I don't know how many people are required to hang on to the balloons this morning, but it's from that parade route, you're going to have to hang on tighter than usual. But
if you see a big sailor bear floating above the campus, you'll know that we lost the grip on that.
Hey, speaking of Sailor Bear, Sailor Bear is back on the football helmets for the game. So Sailor Bear's made his reappearance on the field at McLean Stadium. So the Bears are in all green today, is that right?
It's all green.
Green helmets with Sailor Bear?
Sailor Bear on the helmets, which is perfect for homecoming. Here's Sailor Bear right here, and Baylor Bookstore has some great items for Sailor Bear for homecoming. Boy, they are loaded at the Baylor Bookstore, aren't they?
They have done a fabulous job in their renovation of the Baylor Bookstore. So if you've not been in the bookstore yet, right on 5th Street, go in there. Yeah. It is beautiful. it is full of Baylor merchandise. Yep. There's a lot to choose from, and so express your Baylor pride wearing that green and gold today, or wearing your Sailor Bear, and we'll be ready to go at 11 o'clock this morning. Again, the Bears kicking off against the Kansas Jayhawks.
All right, check that out. Bookstore's open right now. They were open till midnight last night after the bonfire, and they opened again at 6:30 this morning. So bookstore putting in some hours as well.
Yeah, you know what? If you're thinking about, it's mid-October, right? Is it mid-October?
It is.
What is it? Almost November?
Right.
All right. So I know it's a little early to start talking about Christmas, but if you're a Baylor alumnus, Crystal says, no, not too early to start talking about Christmas. Okay. But we're a couple of months away from Christmas, and if you're a member of the Baylor family, you have received an email about the annual Baylor Ornaments, Christmas ornaments that are available now. It's a great idea for the Baylor alumnus or Baylor fan in your life. And that these are the Baylor Traditions ornaments. Do you have some on your tree?
We do, and add one new every year.
Yeah, well, you'll get to add two this year, because what we have, the 2022 Baylor ornament is a wonderful reflection of a great tradition on the campus, and that's Christmas on 5th Street.
Nice.
So it'll be the big red ornament ball with Christmas on 5th, and that will be one of the special ornaments for this year. And then there's a special edition because it's the 90th anniversary of Dia del Oso on campus. So that's Day of the Bear in April, a day when students have the opportunity to have a day off from classes, and it's just a great time. So make sure that you order your Christmas ornaments, your Baylor Traditions ornaments today. You can do that at baylor.edu/ornament. And again, there are 2 ornaments this year. They're $38 each, and those funds go right back into the university to be able to support students and programs here on the university campus. And again, that is the Baylor Traditions ornament with Christmas on 5th Street. And then, of course, we've got the 90th anniversary special edition Dia del Oso Christmas ornament.
Very cool. Baylor.edu/ornaments is where you go to find those.
That's right.
All right, and we mentioned the football game coming up. That is 11 a.m. kickoff. Baylor in Kansas coming up. Here's a bit of a preview as we await the start or the parade to reach campus. But Baylor is 3-3 on the season. They are 5 and are playing a Kansas team that is 5-2. Baylor's won 12 straight over the Jayhawks in the series, including 45-7 last year in Lawrence. But make no mistake, this is not your Jayhawk team you've been thinking about the last few years. They are really good. Lance Leipold is doing a great job coaching there, and they have really turned things around, and it's going to be a tough game today. But for Baylor under Dave Aranda, I never would pick against Dave Aranda. Man, he's going to have these guys ready to go this week. Maybe you remember the West Virginia game Thursday a week ago. Blake Shapen went out, but he is back, and he is expected to play today. So it's going to be a really good matchup. It's going to be a great atmosphere and a fun game at McLean Stadium.
You know, last night on this stage, Coach Aranda was here along with Gavin Holmes and Dylan Doyle, and they spoke about the home field advantage and how important that is. Baylor fans need to show out and be loud and proud tomorrow. Be there this morning at 11 o'clock. But the thing that was exciting about it is that, you know, Coach Aranda was really talking about the difference a crowd makes. Yep. And he got the crowd going. And I tell you, if you're a quarterback under center or you're in the shotgun, it is hard to hear. When we could barely hear ourselves with the Baylor fans last night just here on Fountain Mall. So never discount that home field advantage, and Baylor certainly needs to bring it this morning, and I know they will.
Absolutely, and that's football, and basketball's right around the corner, a little over 2 or 3 weeks from the start of basketball season. It's the same in the Farrell Center for Scott Drew and the Baylor men and Nikki Collin and the Baylor women. So excited to see the start of that season. Hey, I see the start of the parade. It has reached campus, Lori.
Yeah, and that's, what time is it? All right. Now, the reason why they may be just a little delayed getting here on campus is we understand that there were a couple of trains in downtown Waco.
Great.
So you had to wait a little bit. But we're glad to have the parade arriving now on 5th Street on the Baylor campus. And you can hear the Baylor Golden Wave Band just playing away this morning.
Good. Right as we've got the sun rising. It is a little overcast right now, but at least we've got light here, and that is perfect. And here comes the Golden Wave Band.
All right, we're excited to have the band with us this morning. We've got, again, 15 floats, 14 balloons, bands, all kinds of entries from Baylor and throughout the community, and we're excited to bring the Baylor Homecoming Parade 113th edition parade coming to you live from the Baylor campus on KCEN TV.
Carrying the flags, Baylor's color guards of the ROTC, and there is welcome home, Baylor alums. Here comes the Golden Wave Band.
All right, the Baylor Golden Wave Band this morning, and they may just continue right on marching over to McLean Stadium because they have to get ready for the big day football, Baylor and Kansas in the annual homecoming clash at McLean Stadium.
Approximately 300 members, Golden Wave Band for over 110 years has stirred the hearts of Baylor fans with the music and creative marching drills, and there they are. Busy day, busy week, obviously, for the Golden Wave Band. Great way to start the parade.
It is.
This is the Baylor Spirit Squad. Following them, talk about a busy time for them. How about Baylor Yell Leaders, 3-time national champions?
I tell you, we are impressed by them. Our Spirit Squads, our Yell Leaders, we saw the Baylor Golden Girls earlier. They all performed last night on the stage at the pep rally, and I tell you, they are impressive, and I can understand why they would win several national championships.
How about the Spirit program celebrated 100 years of Spirit in 2021? So that is a great part of the tradition here at Baylor as well. First of our homecoming court nominees. This is the Golden Wave Band homecoming court nominees. Senior Jessica Greene and Paul Zeterberg. Oh, and looky there, we know who that is.
We've got Bruiser and Marigold, iconic characters proudly donning the green and gold on the sidelines and competitively as well. You know, there's competitions between university mascots as well. So the tradition began when Baylor chose the bear instead of the ever-popular bookworm to represent the school as its official mascot in 1914.
Love Bruiser and Marigold. There's Shea Santos and Joseph Shearer. They are the mascot security. That would be Security, as in Sikkim, Security homecoming court nominees.
You know, speaking of Bruiser and Marigold, they competed in their first national competition in spring 2021. Marigold brought home the championship in the Division 1A division, and Bruiser finished second. So we love Bruiser and Marigold.
So Ella Higginbotham and Grofen McGuckin come by, homecoming court nominees. Summer Faith Lewis, homecoming court nominee for the all-girl cheer. And then Elise Ohnheiser and Jonathan Stringer representing Baylor co-ed cheers, homecoming nominees. Bryn Owens, the homecoming court nominee, representing Baylor Beauties.
Oh, check out this vehicle here. We call it the old Baylor Truck, driven by Mike Maris, a donor for the Board of Advocates, and right behind President Linda Livingstone and First Gent Brad Livingstone walking in the parade this morning.
Yeah, make that point. Walking President Livingstone, not riding in a vehicle. Baylor President Linda Livingstone, the 15th president of Baylor University. And right beside her every step is the First Gent, Brad Livingstone.
That's Provost Nancy Brickhouse this morning, the university's chief academic officer, and of course celebrating Baylor's achievement of earning Research 1 status from the Carnegie classification. It's a big move for the university, followed by Dr. Kevin Jackson, Vice President for Student Life.
There's the Eternal Flame coming by, and really new this year. When we say Eternal Flame, that is applicable now.
Yes, eternally flaming.
Lit. Exactly.
And it'll be over at the Immortal 10 statue that is on the Vera Martin Daniel Plaza here at 5th Street on campus.
One of the most cherished traditions is that Eternal Flame, of course, recognizes the Immortal 10 killed in that train truck accident January 22nd, 1927. The torchbearers representing the senior class, Ann Blackaby, representing the junior class, Kaliana Tepp, the sophomore class, Trevor Gasworth, and representing the freshman class is Robbie Crawford. So look at some of the folks along 5th Street right here in the heart of the Baylor campus.
Right now we have the LEAD, Living Learning Community, affiliated with the Baylor School of Education and partnered with the Minor in Leadership Studies. LEAD is a multidisciplinary residential community for Baylor students who are passionate about leading, learning, and service.
And they've got the Baylor balloon, but look how tight they've got the tethered.
Hang on.
Well done. Yeah, it is windy here this morning. It's going to be windy all day, but good job. Y'all hold on there. Don't go flying away with the Baylor balloon.
All right, the LEAD community with us this morning with the Interlocking BU, followed by International Student and Scholar Services. The students and flags that are marching today represent the nearly 900-strong international student body at Baylor University. They come from nearly 100 countries. So sick 'em, Global Bears.
Next up is Detachment 810, Baylor AFROTC. Commissioned more than 500,000 officers since its inception in 1916. The Army ROTC has provided leadership and military training at schools and universities across the country, like Baylor, and is the largest commissioning source for our armed forces. Thank you to the Air Force ROTC.
All right, thank you so much, Detachment 810.
Lori, this is our homecoming king and queen for 2022. Is that right? Yeah. Daniel Atkins, the homecoming king. Daniel, congratulations. And Amanda Warner, homecoming queen for Baylor. There they are, and congratulations to Daniel and Amanda.
Now we have the homecoming court winners coming through. They were honored last night again here on campus.
Patrick Roy, Alpha Kappa Psi. Luke Hankins, Phi Kappa Chi. Jonah Stringer, co-ed yell leaders. Melvin Ray Kearney, Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. Janae Ballard, National Panhellenic Council. Bela Nallen, Pi Beta Phi.
Avery Symes, BRH Choir. Loretta Kai, Alpha Delta Pi. Ginger Gordon, Baylor Student Government, and Jaden Owens representing the Baylor Bee Association. We know Jaden.
Jaden's going to play a little basketball,
Yeah.
continue to play basketball at
We
Baylor.
look forward to seeing Baylor basketball tip off in just a few weeks. But we've got our first float on the way here, and I think this is one of the big winners.
Grace Moore went by, the homecoming court nominee for Tri Delta, and this is the Class A winner float, in fact. Phi Kappa Chi and Delta 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 combined for a night at the Mayborn Museum.
A night at the Mayborn Museum, a museum-themed float paying homage to Baylor's Mayborn Museum. The layout of the float will be as if you are walking through an actual museum with a replication of the outside of the building at the front. As you continue on, you see all of the different exhibits displayed, including the grand finale, and that was that large mammoth fossil.
Nice. I know the Beard Boys and Wesley Wellborn, they love the Mayborn Museum. There's the Phi Kappa Chi homecoming court nominee. You saw Jana Kate Baker come by.
And hello to Dr. Linda Plank, Dean of the Louise Harrington School of Nursing. She has served as Dean since May 1st, 2021. And we are glad to have her in the parade this morning. And the Baylor Alumni Board of Advocates, volunteers who work with the Baylor alumni staff to engage alumni around the country. And today they're representing Bears in the Wild. It is a fun new way to connect with other Baylor Bears in communities, at work, on vacation, in the airport, wherever they happen to be. Alumni can join the expedition. Go to baylor.edu/alumni and participate in games and activities Bears in the Wild throughout the year.
Really cool. Chet Garner is the face of Bears in the Wild. He's been all over the place, and that was fun. Thought we saw Chet walking by in the parade there, but it was just Matt Menard, Baylor photographer. So Matt is up early and busy today. Lori, this is the 50th anniversary reunion of the Baylor class of 1972.
Wow.
How great is that?
That
Congratulations on your 50th golden anniversary.
I believe they had the big reunion yesterday, and big celebration for the class of 1972. And we are expecting them to be driving by in a beautiful Ford LTD.
We'll see him in a moment. Give him just a second. It has been 50 years.
But riding this morning, we've got the 1972 class officers, Gary Cook, permanent class president and current chancellor at Dallas Baptist University, and also Pam Haynes Boucher, permanent class secretary. And we'll also see the student media reps of the last century, the car owner, 72 graduate Ted Talley, also a former Lariat staff writer, and classmate Bob Cooper, former KWBU news director.
Nice.
And they are quite, they were very involved when they were on the Baylor campus, and they had tremendous media careers during that time. The LTD convertible was purchased by Ted's father the spring that Ted graduated in 1972. It's rare, only 4,200 made. The model year Ford discontinued full-size convertibles.
So we'll see that here in just a moment. How about that? Dates back to the year of this graduation class, 50th golden reunion for the Baylor class of 1972.
Yeah, it'll be special, John, to be able to see this car. I hope we do get to see it, because it's only been in the parade one other time, and that was in 1973. So 49 years later, it's making its reappearance. So Gary, Pam, Ted, Bob, we wish you all a happy homecoming from the class of 1972. Their class yell, "We're the best of Baylor U. We're the class of 7-2.
I love it. So we'll see that car in that group in just a moment. But as we look at scenes along the parade route here on 5th Street, isn't it fun? You know, homecoming is a great gathering of Baylor past, present, and future. You saw some kids that are, you know, a lot of kids along the parade route also. So that is really cool. You know, what's the verse? Train up a child in the way he should go.
That's right.
So bring them to Baylor homecoming and teach them the ways of the Bible. And it's fun to see all the youngsters that are here at the parade.
All right, we continue to move down 5th Street in the heart of the Baylor campus.
Lori, 50th anniversary of that class of 72. How about a happy birthday, a happy 100th birthday to a man you and I know, Eddie Morris. Eddie, no relation, wish he was. Eddie lives in Oregon. His family and friends are celebrating his birthday this weekend. Eddie graduated from Baylor in 1952, but didn't exactly walk the stage at that time, did he?
He did not, and that was always a dream of his to come back and walk the stage, so he did here at Baylor in 2012 at the age of 89. He's been a friend of ours since then. He's come back to several Baylor Bowl games. Yeah. He came back in 2019, he and his sons Rick and Steve, for the Baylor Texas game. So let me tell you about Eddie, though. I don't think any game that Eddie has gone to, Baylor has lost. So we feel we feel Eddie with us in spirit this morning, and we hope we have a big Baylor victory in celebration of Eddie Morris's 100th birthday today, class of 1952.
Happy birthday, Eddie. There's Lisa Smith Shepowicz. She was the homecoming queen of 1972. Lisa, congratulations to you. Thank you for putting up with Jim all these years also. And welcome back. Bachelor's degree in 1973, master's in 1974 in speech pathology and audiology. Lisa Smith Shepowicz, back as our homecoming queen from 1972.
We have our City of Waco balloon this morning. Alumni of Leadership Waco and Leadership Plenty Institute carrying that this morning. They make an incredible impact on our city through service projects, thought leadership, contributing their time and talents, and they're holding the Waco Wall balloon. And then the City of Waco this morning. We are represented this morning by elected officials and Dylan Meek, Mayor of Waco. We appreciate our partnership with the City of Waco, our wonderful hometown city.
Lori, how about this? A moment of magic founded in 2021. Baylor's chapter currently has volunteers in both Waco and other Texas children's hospitals. Isn't that great?
I love this because they will visit children and they're dressed up as beloved characters, and let me tell you, it makes a difference. And just as they say, they bring a moment of magic to children who are in the hospital and facing incredible difficulties. So what a cool student organization at Baylor.
Follow on Instagram, A Moment of Magic Baylor.
We have Miss Grand Waco, Sophia Ortiz, with us this morning. Sophia is with the nonprofit foundation Life is Precious, aimed at helping people with mental and or physical health disorders. Upon battling leukemia in her early life and later overcoming it, she decided to join pageantry to speak out about her life experiences and the importance of being a fierce battler for life. That is Sophia Ortiz, Miss Grand Waco. She'll be competing to earn the title of Miss Grand Texas in November.
Wow. She's got the wave down also. Here's the Baylor Alumni 50th anniversary group. Happy reunion to you folks. Yeah, welcome. We saw that LTD go by there quickly too.
We did. Oh, those are some pretty incredible cars, and so is that one right there. We just saw Alpha Epsilon Delta, the homecoming court nominees, go by. Bella McElroy and Garrett Petty representing Alpha Epsilon Delta as the 2022 homecoming parade. Now we have the Mobius Math Society, Baylor's premier undergraduate mathematics society, bringing together students from all classifications with excellent faculty mentors. Mobius offers many resources for success in mathematics both at and beyond Baylor.
Convertible full of Baylor Beauties. Seriously, Baylor Beauties, the Baylor Beauties Charity Style Show, put on by Kappa Kappa Gamma, benefiting Caritas Waco. Had 14 winners this year. Great group of Baylor Beauties. Now that's a tradition that goes way back also, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Outstanding, well-rounded members of the Baylor community.
Majestic Beauties, Little Miss Waco winners.
It's a future Baylor beauty right there. How about Miss West, Chloe Kaluza? Chloe, welcome. Currently Miss West for the city of West, Texas for this year. Senior at West High School, member of the Student Council, the Key Club National Honor Society, cheerleader, powerlifter, and member of the Czech Heritage Group for the high school.
Hey, we have our Class B winners of our float competition. Beta Theta Pi presents Pompeii.
Dudes, look at those guys.
Created a float with a Pompeii theme, includes a volcano erupting and engulfing columns.
Columns, very fitting for Baylor. Baylor
is.
homecoming. Way to go, Beta Theta Pi, the Class B float winner.
And Caitlin Gerald right behind, the sweetheart for Beta Theta Pi. We have the Latinx Association for Science and Health. Latinx Association for Science and Health is an organization that strives to connect the Hispanic and Latinx Baylor community with resources to excel in the professional world of healthcare. Welcome, Latinx Association for Science and Health.
All right, they got the energy here on this Saturday morning. Hey, there's the Raising Cane's float. Raising Cane's great partner of Baylor University and Baylor Athletics. One Love, Raising Cane's right there. Great to have them as part of it. Remember, you can order on their mobile app. Hot, fresh chicken will be waiting for you. Sick'em Bears says Raising Cane's.
Right behind them, Welcome Home Student Foundation, passionately serving Baylor since 1969 in the iconic green and white striped jerseys. They are students who recruit qualified students, raise scholarship funds, and build goodwill among alumni and friends.
They've got the big Baylor balloon, the Big Bear, and good job keeping hold of the Big Bear balloon today by the Student Foundation.
I think they had to bring out every member of Student Foundation and then some to hang on to the big Baylor balloon this morning. We've got, again, 14 balloons, 15 floats in today's parade. We've already seen a couple of floats come through, the Class C and Class B winners. We've got the Class A float still to come. More balloons as well. But all right, Sick'em Baylor Foundation, our Student Foundation this morning.
Love the balloons. Great part of this Baylor Homecoming Parade. 113th anniversary Baylor Homecoming. I'm John Morris alongside Lori Fogelman. We're glad you're with us, and thanks again to our partners at KCEN TV providing the live broadcast this morning and live streaming on their website, on their Facebook page, on YouTube. It's also on the Baylor University Facebook page, streaming across the world. Student Foundation Homecoming Court nominees Macy Duncan and Evan Mayhew, co-presidents of the Baylor Student Foundation. Not in the green and white rugby shirts.
But a green and gold tie.
Beautiful.
Yeah, very nice.
Lori, we know this guy. This is John Singletary. He is the Dean of the Diana Garland School of Social Work. Hey, Dr. Singletary, happy homecoming to you. Named Dean of the Garland School in 2015, previously served as Associate Dean for both undergraduate and graduate studies since 2010.
And we've got the Baylor Wake team following in Dr. Singletary's wake. Baylor Wake is the largest club on Baylor's campus outside of Greek organizations. It provides students with a family-oriented community and opportunity to do something unique throughout their college experience. They spend most of their time on the Brazos, as you could tell, with a boat. They're either wakeboarding behind their axis, which is provided through Texas Malibu, or they're out riding the cable located at Waco Surf. When they aren't practicing, they're most likely competing against other colleges in competition. So good morning, Baylor Wake.
They're ready to go. All you need to do is add water.
Well, what's exciting about that is you think about Baylor when we opened McLean Stadium in 2014 on the banks of the Brazos. Sailgating became a big thing, and certainly one of the differentiators, I think, of the beautiful location of McLean Stadium on the Brazos River. We love to see the sailboats and people enjoying the water as we prepare for game day, an early one, 11 a.m. kickoff today against the Kansas Jayhawks.
I think there'll be a lot of sailgating today.
I think so.
Remember the last home game we had, the Oklahoma State game? There were a ton of boats out there. Here's our Class C winner in the float competition. It is from Kappa Chi Alpha. Kappa Chi Alpha's float features a book written by members of the sorority called If You Give a Bear a Dr. Pepper. Local sorority that strives to live up to the meaning of Kappa Chi Alpha, which means keeping Christ first.
Followed by Sing Alliance, a co-ed group that allows any Baylor student the opportunity to participate in all university sing. Accept everyone, and the only goals are to have fun, make friends, and perform to the best of their abilities. Billy Bradley, Sweetheart, Sigma Phi Epsilon.
Followed by the Harmony Science Academy. Waco, it's pre-K through 5th public charter school, providing high-quality education option for students in the surrounding areas. Their school is part of the statewide Harmony Public Schools system. Isn't that fun? And there's the cheer group from Harmony Science Academy also.
This is the other fun part about having a parade. It's not only having those who represent Baylor University, but also representing our city of Waco.
Waco is Baylor, Baylor is Waco.
All right, way to go, Harmony Science Academy this morning. Let's hear from you. All right.
Next is Alpha Lambda Delta, National Honor Society for first-year academic success, recognizing first-year college students with a 3.5 GPA or higher.
Boy, a membership of more than 2,000 students on the Baylor campus. That is the largest Alpha Lambda Delta chapter in America.
So Karen Hung, the president of Alpha Lambda Delta.
And we've got one of our favorite balloons coming through. It's the Baylor line jersey balloon. The Residence Halls Association hanging on to number 45 this morning, Bruisers line jersey. They're a student-led group that programs for all residents on campus and advocates for the needs of residential communities.
One of the great things they do is Treat Night, which is coming up this week, I think, this next week. Welcomes Baylor faculty and staff to bring their children and grandchildren to campus to trick or treat in the residence halls. That's always fun.
It is. And you know what, speaking of fun, take a look at the unicycles, the Unicycle Academy at Baylor. It's the 5th year of this club, and if you're wondering, most new members cannot ride when coming in. So part of the academy is to teach everybody how to ride the unicycles. They recently performed in Baylor's After Dark talent show. This is the Unicycle Academy at Baylor's 2nd year in the homecoming parade.
Circling the Rosenbaum Fountain right here in the middle of campus. Here is Lily Anderson, homecoming court nominee for Kappa Kappa Gamma. Lily is from Lubbock, Texas.
And we've got another float coming our way. And this one is Kappa Kappa Gamma and Alpha Tau Omega. They are presenting Waco Land. So ATO and Kappa Kappa Gamma presents a whimsical reimagination of Baylor's home, Waco, Texas. On our parade float, you will see real-life landmarks and town favorites of both Waco and Baylor University transformed into classic amusement park attractions. Carefully making its way around Rosenbaum Fountain.
You wonder, is there enough room? Well, we're about to find out. How about Toe King helping out there as well? Gary and Toe King, great partners with Baylor University and Baylor Athletics. There is Waco Land. Of course, oh, it's a haunted Alico building, huh?
Great looking float this morning. One of 15 in the Baylor University Homecoming Parade today, brought to you live on KCEN TV, Channel 6. And we greatly appreciate again the support of the Sadie Joe Black Family Foundation. All right, we've got Eta Sigma Phi with us this morning, the National Undergraduate Classics Honor Society. Founded in 1914, the goals of Eta Sigma Phi are to develop and promote interest in classical study among college students, to promote closer fraternal relationships, and to encourage in an effort to grow interest in classics and in the history, art, and literature of ancient Greece and Rome.
Eta Sigma Pi, Eta Sigma Phi. And if you're wondering, we're about halfway through our entrance in the parade.
We are moving through this morning. Again, after the parade concludes, everybody will head over to McLean Stadium. I think the Bear Walk will begin around 9 o'clock this morning.
Right about 9 o'clock, right? And if you're watching us on KCEN TV, you can stay tuned for the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show on the air at 9 o'clock from Touchdown Alley.
You know, we've got to get you over there pretty quickly because you're part of that tailgate show.
They're fine without me.
All right, it looks like we've got the float that has successfully moved through Rosenbaum Fountain and headed back down 5th Street. So thank you very much for your patience. Eta Sigma Phi, and now we're followed by Bishop Louis Riker Catholic School, one of the oldest private schools in Waco and voted Best of Waco by the Wacoan. Provides an outstanding Catholic classical education to students in the McLennan County area.
Welcome welcome to Bishop Louis Riker Catholic School in the Baylor Homecoming Parade. Otherwise known as BLR. Got some four-legged members of the parade.
Yeah, so we can hear them this
Yeah.
morning too. They're making
hear
their
them, but couldn't
voices
see 'em.
heard.
There they go, Bishop Louis Riker Catholic School.
Yeah, BLR backs the Bears this morning. All right, and welcome to the Hispanic Student Association at Baylor, founded in 1987. It maintains an integral role on campus promoting diversity, inclusivity, and collaboration, and educates the community about Hispanic culture, heritage, and traditions. And they are followed by the Hispanic Student Association homecoming nominees, Jessica Sanchez and Edgar Gonzalez.
Very colorful from the Hispanic Student Association. This year's acting president and vice president are Jessica Sanchez and Ivan Munoz.
The core values of the organization: diversity, harmony, scholarship, and development. Again, Jessica and Edgar, good morning to you.
There they are again. Good shot of Jessica and Edgar, the Hispanic Student Association homecoming nominees. Followed by the Society of Automotive Engineers. Baylor Baja designs, engineers, builds, promotes, and competes in off-road race buggy. The students compete internationally against 100 other universities in rigorous off-road challenges and races. Baja is in their 12th year at Baylor as a completely student-led organization.
They will be competing in the Baja SAE Oregon competition later next year.
This balloon, Lori, this is the Church Under the Bridge Troll Balloon. Church Under the Bridge began meeting weekly under I-35 at South 4th Street in September of 1992. And they continue to this day during the recent renovation. Maybe you've noticed the interstate. Chip and Joanna Gaines invited them to meet in the courtyard of their Magnolia silos for the past 2.5 years. Their story has been included in numerous articles and newscasts throughout the year. So that is the Church Under the Bridge Troll Balloon.
And we also want to say to Jimmy and Janet Dorrell, both Baylor grads, Jimmy is celebrating his 50th Baylor reunion
Fantastic.
today. So,
Todd Still went by, the Dean of the Truett Seminary. Hey, Dr. Still.
Followed by Baptist Student Ministries at Baylor, a student ministry that wants to lead others to know God and make Him known at Baylor, Waco, and around the world.
Tossing out candy. Good call.
Good morning, BSM. Got Baylor Ambassadors, the unique student organization that allows students to serve as liaisons between the university and our state and federal legislators. They play a valuable role at Baylor. This year marks the 40th anniversary of the Baylor Ambassadors. They were created by Baylor President Herbert H. Reynolds and Student Body President Russell Sullivan in 1982.
40th anniversary for that group.
Got Alpha Phi inviting us inside their vision of a Baylor Bear workshop to highlight what makes this organization and our beloved Bears such an incredible pair. Inspired by Build-A-Bear Workshop and the Alpha Phi Foundation's philanthropic efforts to promote cardiac care in women, this float takes us back to our childhood through the use of spools, gears, and an interactive stuffing station as our Baylor Bear journeys to receive her one-of-a-kind heart before being placed inside the iconic box to find her place among the Baylor line family.
Morgan Smith, the homecoming court nominee representing Baylor Alpha Phi. This is the Future Nurses Association at Baylor, dedicated to cultivating community within the nursing cohorts. My daughter Maddie is a graduate of the Baylor Nursing School.
She certainly is. And followed by the interim dean of the School of Engineering and Computer Science, Dr. Eric Baker and Dr. Lori Baker also. They're in a 1967 Mustang convertible donated by an ECS board member to raise funds for scholarships. You can bid on the car at ecs.baylor.edu. The parade will be on display in front of the Rogers Building near the Wheathorn Visitor Center.
And a balloon celebrating another of Baylor's great traditions, the Dr. Pepper Hour Club. In 1953 it began. Continues today, 70 years later, every Tuesday, 3 to 4 p.m., still in the Barfield drawing room. The Dr. Pepper Hour was originally the Coke Hour.
That's right.
But moved to switch to the Dr. Pepper Hour in 1997.
You know, when you think about Dr. Pepper Hour beginning, or Coke Hour beginning in 1953, and a really long tradition, if you compare that, the Sick 'em Bears yell didn't come along until 1960. The Baylor line wasn't started until a decade after that. So
wow.
Sick 'em Dr. Pepper Hour. So that was carried by the Union Board holding the Dr. Pepper Hour balloon.
And appropriately enough, the Dr. Pepper Museum truck pulling their thirst aid station. Dr. Pepper Museum, one of the great establishments and sites here in Waco.
Yeah, that trailer can be rented as well. So if you want more information, visit drpeppermuseum.com.
Saw the Mayborn Museum come by. Mayborn, established in 1893, is the Baylor University Museum, then the Strecker Museum. It's been the campus cultural history and natural science museum for generations.
Followed by the Greater Waco Sports Commission, proud to serve the community through recruiting and creating sporting events here in Waco. They're known most for having the Ironman races, which took place last weekend.
How'd you do, Lori?
I read about the winners.
I watched video.
I was very happy for them. You know, you could read about the great stories that they have about the athletes who compete, found at wacosports.org.
Bicycle World Truck there, Todd Behringer, Greater Waco Sports Commission.
Baylor Triathlon Team, strong community of students who compete in collegiate triathlons across Texas. They'll travel to Georgia in the spring. Best wishes to you. And I mean that sincerely.
Yeah. Of course, it's the Waco Fire Department, a true customer service organization. Thank you. Waco Fire Department responds to well over 18,000 calls for service per year. So welcome to the Waco Fire Department in the Baylor Homecoming Parade.
Again, great partners with Baylor University, not only our Waco Police Department, McLennan County Sheriff's Office, but Waco Fire. Great partnership with the Baylor University Department of Public Safety, as well as AMR, and I think that's Liberty, the Golden Doodle.
Oh, really?
Yes. Liberty is we consider her a therapy dog. You know, anytime anybody sees her, they just, they love on her, and we love when Liberty visits us.
Saw the Baylor Lariat go by. The Baylor Lariat, news for the students, by the students. And how about the Nose Brothers? They are here. The offices of the rope right there from the Nose Brotherhood. Founded, let's just say, a very long time ago. The Nose Brotherhood has been devoted to satirizing anyone who has the audacity to exist on the Baylor University campus.
After the Nose Brothers, the Baylor Set. And Baylor Set is the official fan organization for the nationally ranked Baylor women's volleyball team.
Nice.
The organization works to fill the Farrell Center with excitement to help the Bears win.
Big win over Texas Tech earlier this week for Baylor volleyball, number 14 in the nation. They're at Kansas State today.
Got Baylor Hockey, a program that had its debut season last year and finished with a winning record of 8-6. Way to go, Baylor Hockey.
Nice.
They just recently joined the Division II Texas College Hockey Conference, and they're excited about their current season, facing off against new and old opponents from around Texas. November 4th and 5th, they're taking on SMU in Mansfield, Texas. See their remaining schedule on their Instagram at Baylor Hockey. Love to have one of those sweaters. That's pretty cool.
I like that. That's very cool. There's student government coming by. Baylor University student government seeks to represent the student body with respect to Baylor's Christian commitment through shared governance. Student government folks right there. By managing the Student Government Allocation Fund and passing legislation to create a university-wide impact, this organization seeks to improve the quality of student life at Baylor.
And that is Hunter Walker, the Student Government Homecoming Court nominee. And then followed by Dean Jeffrey Archer, Dean of the Baylor Libraries. Began his tenure as Dean of the Libraries in June 2020. The Baylor University Libraries lead as an innovative, hello Carl, how are you this morning? They lead as an innovative research library that supports the mission of the university by undergirding scholarships, fostering teaching and learning, and building communities. Baylor has several research libraries, institutes, and centers, and is also home to library and academic technology services.
All right, another float coming by, pulled by the big tow truck of Tow King. This is Sigma Chi and Chi Omega. Welcome you to Waco's very own boardwalk. They designed a fully functioning merry-go-round showcasing the Big 12 mascots. That's very ingenious by Sigma Chi and Chi Omega.
And we see rides and concessions and games and a great view of the beach. From the Bear Claw machine to the national champion hoops game, viewers can experience a Baylor twist on their favorite games. Chi Omega and Sigma Chi. Again, slowly making the way around Rosenbaum Fountain.
Carefully around the fountain. Well done by Sigma Chi and Chi Omega. You know, Baylor did something, looking at the Big 12 mascots there, that no school in the history of the Big 12 has done before. Last year, Baylor won Big 12 championships in football, men's basketball, and women's basketball in the same year. Only time, first and only time it's ever happened.
We're glad it happened at Baylor.
That's right.
And, you know, we're still in the midst of football season, so we have 6 games left. But we're also about to begin Baylor basketball season. Baylor men's and women's basketball teams under Coach Scott Drew and Coach Nikki Collin get underway in just a few weeks, so make sure you get your tickets now. Let's rock the Farrell Center as well as McLean Stadium later this morning.
There's that
Luna
Baylor
Clements,
bell
the
coming
Sigma
by.
Chi sweetheart.
Hit the horn, ring the bell. As Luna goes by, the Sigma Chi sweetheart.
Well, that'll wake you up this morning.
There's Maddie Reed, the homecoming court nominee from Wichita, Kansas, Child and Family Studies Pre-OT, Chi Omega president. And Chi Omega with the Make-A-Wish balloon. Isn't that a great organization?
National philanthropies, many of them being represented this morning. And we also want to say a good morning to the School of Education. Dr. Suzanne Nesmith, the riding of the parade this morning, the Associate Dean for Undergraduate Education. She is being accompanied by a 21 alumnus of the university, Emily Blackwell. She received her Bachelor of Science in Education. She was just recently awarded the National KDP ATE Teacher of the Year Award this year. Congratulations, Emily Blackwell, for representing Baylor University and the Baylor School of Education. We love our teachers.
Fantastic. School of Education continues. Dr. Sandy Cooper, saw her go by.
Of course, the mission of the School of Education is to prepare within a Christian environment individuals who improve society through leadership, teaching, research, and service within their professions and communities. And we're being represented this morning by the Educational Doctorate Program in Learning and Organizational Change. They're excited to be in their first homecoming parade. They recently won a Carnegie Award, and that was being named CPED Program of the Year, and they're featuring some of their newest alumni.
So Abby go by, Alpha Kappa Psi homecoming court nominee, and then KCEN TV, Channel 6 News represented in the homecoming parade. Our great partners in this broadcast and many other projects like the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show coming up. Thanks to Douglas Subaru, saw KCEN news anchor Jasmine Caldwell, meteorologist Ashley Carter. Just missing one member of that Texas Today team, Tahisha Moyes.
Yeah, they are a part of a history-making news team at 6 News. So we're glad to have Jasmine and Ashley. And sorry, we're missing Tahisha this morning. But we are deeply grateful for our friends and partners at KCEN TV, 6 News, for helping us bring this broadcast to life each and every Baylor homecoming parade morning.
Talked about Sailor Bear earlier. That's the Sailor Bear balloon. It's being carried by the Baylor veterans. Baylor University dedicated to supporting the successful transition of our military-connected students to their new chapters in servant leadership, from salutes to SICM, thanks to Baylor veterans.
Yeah, holding that sailor, hanging on to that Sailor Bear balloon this morning. Followed by another float. This is Kappa Omega Tau presenting Bruiser's Kingdom. Their idea was inspired to be a castle with a working drawbridge and a moat or river, which represents the Brazos River. On the other side, it has Kansas, who you know we play for homecoming, attacking the castle, which represents Baylor.
Bruiser's Kingdom, Kappa Omega Tau.
I like that. Royalty of the realm, reign of the bear. And riding in the parade this morning, the Board of Regents, the official governing body of Baylor University. And we welcome the Baylor Board of Regents.
Get to ride in one of those Waco transit trolleys or walk behind. Welcome to you.
We appreciate their leadership of the institution. You know you're doing the right thing when you also have candy with you.
There you go,
that
Mark.
Works.
Good call, Mark. Bringing a bag of candy to throw out.
It's our Boy Scouts Troop 497, formed in January 1998 as a ministry of First Baptist Church of Waco. Baylor University began sponsoring the troop in June 1993. So there's a strong bond between the troop and Baylor, and we are blessed to benefit. You know, when you talk about this, since the troop's beginning, 163 scouts have earned the rank of Eagle Scout, including 4 so far in 2022. The troop currently has 24 registered scouts and 18 registered leaders, with a growing number of older boys remaining interested in the challenges of high adventure scouting. Venture Crew 1845 was chartered this summer. We've got our Cub Scout Pack 497 also with us this morning, chartered by Baylor. They encourage boys and girls in kindergarten through 5th grade to have fun with a purpose. They meet Tuesdays at 6:30 at Trinity at Badger Ranch Lutheran Church.
Baylor Crew is coming up next. Baylor Crew is the university's club rowing team. They practice every morning, so this is midday for y'all, right? They practice every morning at 5 a.m. and regularly compete against other collegiate rowing teams around the state. Put it on your calendar. Attend the Waco Rowing Regatta, November 6th at Brazos Park East, to watch them race here at home. Baylor Crew.
Wonder if we'll see them sailgating this morning. I'm sure they'll be out on the river. Or maybe they started practice this morning too early for that. But this is something new here at Baylor. This is the Baylor Mission Service and Public Life Team, the Bear Aid Disaster Relief Team. This is the new trailer to aid in Bear Aid disaster relief, used in conjunction with the Student Disaster Relief Team to respond to local service projects and domestic natural disasters. I know last year they responded to several natural disasters, including tornado relief in Kentucky. And just a tremendous team that has led, Bear Aid Disaster Relief Team led by Baylor Mission Service and Public Life.
This is the Beta Epsilon Chi and Alpha Chi Omega entry, Medieval Grimes. Inspired by a medieval design, which brings a unique and fanciful element to the homecoming parade. Bruiser and Marigold are knights that will vanquish our homecoming foes. The goal of the float is to tell a knight's tale of how Baylor will defeat its enemies in the big game. Be a shout out to Jeff Grimes there, Baylor's offensive coordinator.
This is Jenna Young, the chapter president of Alpha Phi Omega. Or Alpha Chi Omega. I am so sorry. So Jenna, good morning to you.
Here comes the Bear Pit. Bear Pit, great student support for Baylor basketball. It's men's and women's. Bear Pit right there providing the energy in the Farrell Center. And soon, Lori, just about a year and a half away, moving to the brand new Foster Pavilion that is really starting to take shape.
Yeah, if you picked up the Waco Tribune Herald this morning, there's an update on the Foster Pavilion. An exciting week, John, as they started to put up the super steel structure. And so what you're seeing right now, the steel that's up, that is one of the first corners around the seating bowl around the court. So we're really starting to see the Foster Pavilion, the new home of Baylor's championship men's and women's basketball team, taking shape on the west side of University Parks along the river. Boy, that will be a fantastic facility, the Paul and Alejandra Foster Pavilion, opening for the beginning of conference play in
January of 2024. Yeah, which is really not that far away.
It's not. It'll be here before you know it, but we're excited to see the steel going up now.
South Central Texas Helping Hands celebrating 5 years of service to the community. 5th year participating in the Baylor Homecoming Parade as well. Judge Thomas West, 19th District Court of McLennan County. Thanks to Thomas West, represented the state of Texas 10 years as a felony prosecutor. Since that time, represented citizens accused of felonies, and he ensures that the rule of law is followed as set forth by the Constitution. African Student Association, their executive board alongside the African Student Association dance team and pageant contestants.
Now we have Eagle Christian Academy, remaining committed to providing excellence in education without sacrificing quality since 1984, serving students from preschool to 12th grade. Eagle Christian Academy, good morning to you. Parade continues to make its way down 5th Street on the Baylor campus.
You know, through the years, haven't we had all kinds of weather for homecoming in the homecoming parade? Last year, I think it was pretty cold.
It was
wasn't
cold.
Yeah, wasn't this early either. Sun pops out now, and it's nice. It's nearing 70 degrees already. It's going to be 90 degrees later today.
Yeah, I have long sleeves on right now, but I also threw an extra shirt, short-sleeved, dry fit, in the car because it'll be a little bit warm later today, but we have a beautiful day in store, great day for a parade, great day for a football game, and continuing the tradition of Baylor's 113th homecoming here at Baylor University.
Dates back to 1909 as Eagle Christian Academy continues to go by. Great representation today by Eagle Christian Academy.
Got the homecoming court nominee, Avery Symes, representing the BRH Choir. She is serving as president this year. Baylor Dance Company next, a student-run organization in collaboration with the university's dance minor. And this is an organization that seeks to give college students the tools to improve both technically and artistically in a professional environment. They too also travel to collegiate competitions. They'll do so in March, and they host an annual showcase in the spring that includes choreography directed by the members. The Baylor Dance Company offers students the opportunity to continue dancing and doing what they love at a collegiate level in preparation for a professional dance career after graduation. You can follow along throughout their season on Instagram at Baylor Dance Company.
Good look at the Baylor Dance Company right there on display. At Baylor Dance Company on Instagram.
And you can hear the honk of the horn from Toe King. I think that means we've got another float coming through. This one is Sigma Phi Epsilon and Alpha Delta Pi, presenting Welcome to the Jungle. Got palm trees creating a forest and a fixture with a gray elephant on a pedestal. Again, getting a good look this morning at Welcome to the Jungle, the float of Sigma Phi Epsilon and Alpha Delta Pi. Great looking float this morning, one of 15 in the Baylor Homecoming Parade this morning. Followed by another balloon from Alpha Delta Pi representing Ronald McDonald House Charities, providing housing for families of hospitalized children free of charge in or near hospitals around the world. Ronald McDonald House Charities, the official philanthropy of Alpha Delta Pi. Next is the Asl Club, a student organization focused on raising awareness of deaf culture, learning and practicing sign language, and fostering a welcoming community. Also, we welcome First United Methodist Waco. First Methodist Waco was founded in 1850 on the banks of the Brazos River, the oldest congregation in Waco and McLennan County. Locations on Cobbs Drive, Austin Avenue, and Robinson Drive. They are holding the First Methodist Balloon this morning. Welcome to First Methodist Waco. Another float heading our way as they circle down 5th Street around Rosenbaum Fountain. Pi Beta Phi and Kappa Sigma presenting Salute to Service. All right, now take a close look at this float because this aircraft carrier is inspired by the iconic film Top Gun. I think we see the USS Livingstone. Appreciate the great work this morning by all of our organizations with their wonderful floats. Pi Beta Phi and Kappa Sigma this morning. Again, salute to service. A lot of work going into those floats, a lot of early mornings, late nights. Judging happened at the end of this week. We saw our A, B, and C class winners earlier. This is the Country Dance Club, the Country Club Dance. They are a group founded in spring 2018. They teach two-stepping and line dances at their weekly Wednesday meetings that are open to all Baylor students. You can follow them on Instagram at Baylor_Country Dance. So we appreciate the club led by Gabby Guernsey, Jason Treese, Amanda Cott, Cantor Hudak, Bailey Duhan, Riley Grace Powell, and Darren Patina this morning. Baylor Country Dance Club. Following behind is Meredith Noel Hooten, the homecoming court nominee for Baylor Quidditch Club. Baylor Quidditch Club is not only dedicated to competing on a national level, but also providing a welcoming community for aspiring players of all skill levels. The Baylor Activities Council right behind the Baylor Quidditch Club, carrying the Christmas on 5th Street balloon. Of course, Christmas on 5th Street coming up from 5 to 10 p.m. Thursday, December 1st. You don't want to miss Christmas on 5th, a great tradition on the Baylor campus. You'll see a trail of lights beginning on 5th Street and continuing throughout campus. Horse-drawn carriages, an ice rink, bounce houses, face painting, local food trucks, a live nativity, a Christmas market, lots of games, and of course, Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Christmas on 5th Street, again, put that on your calendar for December 1st, 5 to 10 p.m. here on the Baylor campus. The Baylor Ping Pong Club is open to anyone who has a love of ping pong like they do. They meet at the Student Center twice a week, recreational and competitive play. Everyone is welcome. Let's see what you got. We do have someone on our team who has appeared on the national stage for the United States. His name is Michael Tran, and his experience will certainly help you take your ping pong to the next level. Trail Life Troop 4123, a church-based, Christ-centered, boy-focused mentoring and discipleship journey that speaks to the heart of a boy. And next we've got Zeta Tau Alpha and Alpha Tau, or Delta Tau Delta presents Not in Kansas Anymore, featuring a float where they're turning Baylor buildings into an Emerald City, a farmhouse, and a spinning tornado.
I thought that might be a theme of one of the floats today.
I think
you
so
think?
Too.
Not in Kansas anymore.
Welcome to Waco, Texas. All right, Zeta Tau Alpha's homecoming court nominee following Katie Miller, a senior studying communication sciences and disorders. Got a sweet ride this morning.
Oh, that is nice, yeah. Delta Tau Delta homecoming court nominee, Tyler Spears. Delta Tau Delta, Ashley Wilson, the Delta Tau Delta sweetheart.
Now, Vanguard College Preparatory School, part of the Waco community for almost 50 years. Vanguard College Prep School, honored to support the Baylor Bears. They're inspired by a passion to learn, the courage to lead, and the commitment to serve through a program that fosters the intellectual, physical, emotional, and ethical development of its students. Offering a comprehensive college preparatory curriculum, Vanguard focuses on the 3 R's: rigor, respect, and responsibility, to bring balance to students' experiences, provide opportunities to explore multiple interests, and thrive in a compassionate community.
How about the Baylor Hawaii Club? The
Aloha.
Hawaii Club at Baylor, founded in 2019 to share the Hawaiian culture and aloha spirit with the Waco community and represent the growing population of students at Baylor from the Hawaiian Islands. That's great.
Again, welcome to the Baylor Hawaii Club.
You lived in Hawaii for a while, didn't you?
I did. Lived right in the center of Oahu, so I said aloha, which can mean, and with this, when we said hello to them, and now we say goodbye. I say move along. But tremendous to have students from all 50 states at Baylor. Got our Hawaii Club representatives for the homecoming court.
This is ZZZ. ZZZ Waco is a nonprofit 501c3 organization supporting the Mission Waco Cause, a group of crazy guys who love Jesus Christ. Nothing crazy about that.
Now we've got the Science and Health Living Learning Community, a residential community at Baylor designed to immerse students in a pre-health and life science experience. The community creatively connects residents with their science faculty and medical professionals while also helping them explore their healthcare interests. That's the Science and Health LLC.
Lively group, another float, another Tow King truck. This is Phi Gamma Delta and Fiji Islander is the theme. Tropical theme float that features a tiki hut and a water geyser as well. It's Kappa Alpha and their float Suburban Bears. Their float a representation of a suburban backyard. It includes a deck, chairs, picnic table, and other fun activities one participates in a relaxing suburban backyard. Very nice, very relaxing. Job by Kappa Alpha. Lori will tell our viewers that as we near the top of the hour, parade is continuing, but at the top of the hour, we'll take you across the river for the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show, which is on the air at 9 a.m. Central. So we'll take you right up to the top of the hour, then hand things off to Derek Smith and Brooke Bednars for the Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show. Live Oak Classical School in the parade. Welcome to Live Oak to Baylor Homecoming. Heart of downtown Waco, founded in 2004. Live Oak boasts a rich and robust academic program. 13% of their